Hello and welcome to the BMB Game of the Week pregame show. I'm Tom Morrow, here with my co-host, Casey Farr. Today we're going to be talking about the Mepham Pirates and the Garden City Trojans. Both teams in conference are 4-0. It looks like it's going to be a good one. What would you say, Casey?
I mean, both teams being very aggressive early in the season. Garden City 8-2, Mepham 5-4, even though their play isn't necessarily shown in their record. Going to be a good game tonight.
Absolutely. Both teams are both looking to strive for it. Some key players for Mepham is going to be Julia Rawlinson, and for Garden City it's going to be Grace Kelly. Both players are very good. They're hopefully will be a big factor in tonight's game. What are your predictions here?
I mean, you could pretty much name anyone on Mepham. Julia Rawlinson, she's been great for them, averaging over 14 a game. Going to be very tough to stop her.
Looks like you have your starting five for Garden City coming out right now. Garden City, Mepham starting five coming out now. As you see there, their team's clapping up for them. This really is going to be looking like a good one now. As you see there, the rest of the five bench players. Tonight's going to be a good one as we have, like I said earlier, Garden City 4-0, as well as Mepham 4-0. Van Water, Cara Castaldo have left to void the Pirates lineup. However, the Pirates do have a young sophomore, Julia Rawlinson, who looks to come out strong tonight. And Coach says that he wants to have her drop another 20 points like he did last week. That's your starting five for the Mepham right there. As you see, it's guard Grace Kelly. That's Garden City. My corrections. As you see, is guard Grace Kelly, guard Yasmin Worrell, another guard Kelly Brennan. Forwards, Claire McQuire, and forward, Jamie Murray. That's your starting five for Garden City Trojans tonight. As we take a look at Mepham's starting five, you have your guard, Julia Rawlinson, your second guard, Caroline Keane, center, Max Bresnader, your forward, Allie Heller, and your forward again, Jillian Mayer. That's your starting five for both teams. And we're going to go ahead and send it live down to the floor for action to Rocco Law and Casey Farr.
This is the starting lineup? Yeah. Okay.
Pick a side. Let's go that way. We gotta go out there.
Okay. Matt, are we starting or no? Alright, tip-off is here at Mepham High School. Mepham versus Garden City in Conference A1 matchup. Garden City starts off with the ball.
Good pass.
Down low, Allie Herr on the fast break. This is the Caroline Keane on the fast break. Tries to put it up. Can't get the full. Garden City gets the shot. Go out of bounds.
And the coach for Calhoun, before we were talking to him in the game, he said that limiting turnovers, playing great defense would be a focal point for this team. They already got a turnover, and that was from great defense.
Here's Kelly. Here's Kelly again with the rebound. Allie Heller comes up with the steal. She goes on the fast break. Trailing is Caroline Keane. She'll take it for herself and gets fouled.
First foul of the game for Garden City. Puts Heller at the line for two. 1 of 2. Say she's over the line. Garden City will take it in as Mepham was unable to get it. Either point. Now we're waiting for Garden City to mandate the Garden City players. Caroline Keane, great senior for this Mepham team. She's been a great leader and contributor on the floor. And she's coming off an injury, but she still has consistent outside shots and plays great defense. Coach Mulvey says that she will be the 3-man tonight. Now back to play here on the floor. Garden City bringing it up. As a defense from Mepham. Grace Kelly with the ball now. She takes the 3 and goes in. First points of the game. Garden City up 3 against Mepham. Minute into this one.
Casey, that 3-pointer just moments ago from Grace Kelly. Garden City's leading scorer. Last game she had a game, probably her best game of the season so far.
Jillian Mayer swishes it. The 3 pull-up ties the game at 3.
Right there, Kelly Brennan trying to look for someone. She finds Jamie Murray. She gets called for the travel. 6:23 left in the first quarter. 3-3 on the BMB game of the week. Mepham Garden City.
Good job, Jamie.
Mayer trying to find Bresnator on the sideline, but goes out of bounds. Mayer trying to look for someone.
Got 14.
Finds Allie Heller. Mayer brings it up court. Finds Caroline Keane. Keane to Walton. Walton to Mayer, back out to Rawlson. Tries to find Caroline Keane. A little bit of miscommunication right there as Garden City will take over the ball.
It's already a few turnovers for Mepham, but needs to keep clean the rest of that quarter at least.
He has the ball, gives it back out to Grace Kelly, and that is her second 3-pointer of the game so far.
Same spot too. It's got a defender.
Casey Grace Kelly last game put up 30 points against MacArthur, helping Garden City win 63-42 in a blowout. So far this game, she has 2 back-to-back 3-pointers as Mayer hits Walton on the route, and she goes all the way. It gets blocked by Claire McGuire as Grace Kelly takes on the court. Finds Yasmin Royal, gives it back to Jamie Murray.
Good vision, Jay.
Grace Kelly trying to go up for that one. Bresnator comes away with it. Caroline Keane pushing up the floor. Keane goes all the way but gets fouled and she will at the line.
To be Jamie Murray with the foul.
Caroline Keane averaging just a little over 11.4 points per game. This is the first attempt at free throw line.
I'm guessing the next time that Coach Mulvey pulls his team over, he's going to want to tuck him with the free throw shooting. 0 for 3 so far from the line.
The senior makes a second attempt from the line, cuts down Garden City's lead to 2 with 5:24 left. Jamie Murray bringing up the court. Finds Grace Kelly down low. Misses the layup, rebounded by Jillian Mayer, fighting for the ball.
It's fine for Garden City to be aggressive like that. Trying to go for the open pass, but you can't be too aggressive. That leads to turnovers. Obviously, Jillian Mayer ended up with the ball there.
Get there.
Grace Kelly. A deep 3. Misses that one. Rebound Rebounded by Jillian Mayer, throws it out to Caroline Keane. She goes up for the layup, misses that one. Garden City will take over the ball.
I'm going to say it was a foul on that one.
In case you come into this game, both Garden City and Mepham 4-0 in Conference A1, looking to get it clear up in space to untie in first place. Jillian Mayer finds Julia Rawlinson. Rawlinson cross court to Caroline Keane. She shoots a deep three and makes that deep three from beyond the arc as Coach Steve Bensello of Garden State calls his first time out of the game. With that three-pointer, Mepham has their first lead of the game, 7-6.
Someone say Steph Curry? That was at least 30 feet out. I mean, I know the three-point line is not the same, but that was still impressive.
The camera on the ground.
You're right, Casey. Caroline Keane, whole season long, has been shooting those threes, coming most games so far. But Keane coming off an injury, and as we talked to Coach Mobley in a week, as you see on the replay, miscommunication by the Garden City offense allows for a turnover. Jillian Mayer taking on the court, finds Julia Rawlinson, notices that Caroline Keane wide open, decides to take a long three-pointer from beyond the arc to make that one.
Yeah, this game has been a game of two stories, turnovers and three-pointers. If it weren't for that one free throw that was made by Mepham, it would have been a 6-6 game, each team getting 2 3-pointers each.
Okay, so let's talk a little deeper about the Mepham team so far this year. I mean, this Mepham team is really led by a young core surrounded by underclassmen. I mean, graduating seniors like Marianne Pagodas from the last season, Kelsey Vanderwater, Caroline Keane have really left a void in that Pirate lineup. The Pirates are really redefining the word resiliency. I mean, heading into the season, they lose their starting point guard, Gloria Del Croce, to a season-ending ACL injury. At that point, even though hope may have been lost, and the team may have been down for a playoff team, Pirates through 9 games already have been working hard, getting wins in close and tight games.
Yeah, like you said, Rocco, key losses to the team. Experience is going to hurt, though. They're going to find a way to work past it.
Caroline Keane comes away with the steal. Pass to Julie Wilson on the fast break. Misses that one. Rebounded by Yasmin Worrell. Worrell on the fast break to Grace Kelly. She goes all the way. Makes that layup. Garden City back with the lead. 8-7. Nader finds Caroline Keane open again. A little layup attempt for Allie Heller. Gets stuffed by 24, Yasmin Worrell. Great defensive stop by 24.
Only 4 minutes into this game, both teams scoring a lot of points, more than they normally average in the first quarter.
Julie Rawlinson wide open. Rebounded by senior Maxine Bresnader. Misses that one. Rebounded by Allie Heller. Goes up, comes away with the foul, and she will go to the line. The active shooting.
Great relentlessness on the boards, just cost them too much.
Rawlinson with her first attempt. Misses. Rawlinson. Her second attempt. Misses that one. Rebounded by Grace Kelly. Yasmin Worrell. Grace Kelly. Worrell. Looking for someone back to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly. Turnover. Allie Heller came up with it, but a clear path now on Garden City allows for Mepham to take over.
Yeah, Garden City there with the foul. But Mepham's also been giving Garden City opportunities. Missed 5 free throws so far. Looks like they're going to have a chance to get some more here.
So far in the first quarter, with 5 fouls already, Mepham is in the bonus, where Allie Heller's shooting from the free throw line. She makes the first attempt and ties game at 8 with 3:40 left in the first quarter. Heller makes second attempt, takes the lead for the Pirates. Murray double teamed by Mayer and Caroline Keane in the bunch, mixes up, gets a jump ball call, but Garden City will retain the ball. Murray on the right wing. Royal. Murray misses the two-pointer. Rebounded by Gallagher down to sophomore Julie Rawson. Misses that layup. Grace Kelly all alone down low. Pump fakes. Gets a two-pointer to go.
Jillian Mayer can't play any better defense. Just great way to get past them.
Fast break points of transition. See that Caroline Keane was open, but Allie Heller turns over the ball. And there will be a violation there. Rawson. Mayer. Is it Julie Rawson on the right wing. Caroline Keane 4-3. Long three-point look at that to fall. Allie Heller with the rebound. Goes up for the shot again. Can't get that one to fall. Jamie Murray tries to save the ball for Garden City, but umpires will take over once again down low.
Yeah, it's 2 unassisted shots there. They've got to pass the ball, try to get deeper into the shot clock.
Rawson takes over the ball. Dribbles right. Goes to the lane. And it looks like an offensive foul on 21 Maxon Bresnator of Mepham. Garden City takes over the ball with 2:34 left. Murray gives it to Kelly Brennan. Grace Kelly drives. It's blocked by Maxine Bresnator. Back out to Wall. She shoots for 3. Can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Julia Rawson. Rawson pushing up court. Finds Heller. Back to Caroline Keane down low. Finds Heller again down low. Can't get that one to fall as Heller will go to the free throw line.
Number 4 Rocker, when I talked about how they need to pass more, well, they just showed that they understood what I was saying. Passing it, able to get the foul there, now they're going to the line again.
Now, Casey, so far this season, Mepham 4-0 in conference play. When we talk to Allie Heller shooting her second free throw attempt on the line. This is that one, averaging just about 3 points per game. But going back to what I said before, Casey, when we talked to Coach Mulvey earlier in the week, he said that even he was surprised that the 4-0 conference play. I mean, the resiliency from this Mepham squad has really been the story of the season so far.
Yeah, very unexperienced team. Only 2 seniors in the starting 5. One of their arguably best players being a sophomore. We need to see if they can continue it down the road.
Casey, Coach Mulvey knew it was going to be a tough game coming this one as Caroline Keane drives. Now left wing. Shot through, but out of bounds as Garden City takes over. So Casey, Coach Mulvey knew it was going to be a tough game going in. Both teams 4-0, vying to stay in first place contention, Conference A1.
Well, it seems like Garden City's practically one of the best teams at any sport you can find, so it's not a shocker for them to be 4-0. That may be a little bit, considering how much talent they've lost since last season. They've been very impressive, though, to start.
Will tries to finds Grace Kelly on the right wing. Grace Kelly turns over to Maxine Bresnator. Caroline Keane pushes up the court, finds Allie Heller down low, she drives. Can't get that one to fall. Garden City coach Steve Bensella pulls their second timeout of the quarter. Casey, Coach Mulvey, his 15th year as head coach here at Mepham High School. As we before on the replay, Grace Kelly, number 5 of Garden City, just finds the right moment to get that shot off. But going back to what I said before, 50 coach here at Mepham.
Yeah, it's very impressive for any coach, no matter what the sport, to have that long of a tenure, especially when he's been playing very consistent and very well thought out basketball for that long a time.
And Casey, the system has worked well under him. I mean, 8 conference titles, 2 county Final Four appearances since taking over the program back in 2003. A really great track record here at Mepham.
Yeah, it's not like they're playing in one of the worst conferences in Nassau County. They're playing actually one of the best conferences in Nassau County, so it's very impressive.
Kelly Brennan drives, she fine. Laurel tried the 3, rebounded by Jillian Mayer. Gives it Julia Rawlinson. Caroline Keane open on the left wing. Julia Rawlinson being really aggressive on that drive.
Rawlinson going the line down. First shot from the sophomore. Rattles out of the rim. Unable to go.
Casey, Julia Rawlinson, really the main scoring threat. May be the next maybe the Pirates' next Marion Bogosian. I mean, she really is that type of player.
Yeah, she's very impressive starting sophomore on varsity, as she's able to get that free throw there. Also, she's got to be motivated. I mean, her sister, Megan Rawlinson, out for this season. That's something that drives someone.
Well, top of the key, guarded by Julia Cardace. Stripped away by Alexa Ferrara. Garden City with the backcourt violation right there. Close call. Score tied with 29 seconds left in the first quarter. Some new faces for the Mepham out there right now. Alexa Ferrara, sophomore, Julia Cardace, junior, and Alexa Ferrara, junior. Pirates holding for the last shot. Mayer at the top of the key, shot clock off. Finds Julia Rawlinson. Back out to Julia Cardace. She goes for the floater, and she makes that one and will give the Pirates the lead heading into the second quarter as they lead 12-10.
Yeah, great option there. Saving the shot until the last couple seconds, able to get it off, puts them in the lead.
And now for the start of the second quarter, replacing Casey Farr alongside me now joins Tom Morrow.
What's going on, Rocco?
You see in the replay here, Julie Cardace to get the foul shots off of the first quarter. Really tough shot right there. Gets bumped, tries the fall away jump shot, and manages to go in to give the Pirates the lead heading into the second quarter.
Yeah, as we stated before, it's a very close one going into the second quarter here. Mepham up by 2, 12-10. Possible that it's going to be like this the whole entire game, with conference looking 4-0.
You're right, Tom. And you know, we talked a lot about Mepham, but now let's really get into Garden City. Let's get to a deeper look at Garden City. I mean, this team is very athletic, very physical, offensive team as well. They rebound very well in that category. I mean, Garden City does have an advantage of height over Mepham, seeing as most of Mepham's team can be considered as guards and forwards. Really, Massey Brescia really being the only 4 or 5 that can be counted on this team. But you know, they managed so far 4-0 in conference play, and it seems to work well with them. And Coach Mulvey maybe pulling off a brilliant system so far in 2019.
Yeah.
Start the second quarter. Alexa Ferrara takes it up for the Pirates, up 12-10. Ferrara finds Mayer down low. Rawlinson just tries to chuck it up there. Back up again for the floater. Gets that one to go on the second chance point.
An excellent rebound by Clark to pass it out to Rawlinson.
Right there, Angie Sewell with the 2-pointer to cut the Mepham's lead to 2.
Hands up! Hands up!
Mepham drives the court, finds Alexa Farrar down low, gets blocked. Great hustle defense by Yasmin Warren. What a great block.
Yeah, War has another mid-range shooter, real soft, and can get aggressive at times. As you've seen there, she is very aggressive.
Wall back up top.
Pass it! Pass! Turn!
Mepham with tough defense.
Taken away by Julie Cardes. She races up the court. Gets bumped. Turnover. Grace Kelly down low. Let's follow at the tip. Bodies flying everywhere.
As we saw there, both Garden City and Mepham working very hard right there, getting back and backcourt.
Claire McGuire coming in from Maddie O'Connor for Garden City. Yasmin Worrell, a deep 3, misses that one. Rebounded by Julia Cardes, races up the floor. Finds sophomore Julia Rawlinson, but just out of bounds as Garden City will now take over.
Still 14-12, 2-point lead for Mepham here.
Is there a reason I'm not hearing
On
anybody?
the offense, girls. Good.
Yasmin Worrell finds Grace Kelly down low. Can't get that one to fall.
Excellent rebound by Clark under the hoop.
Rawlinson driving, tries to go coast to coast, and she does with that layup, gives the Pirates a 4-point lead.
Excellent Euro step there by Rawlinson to move in to secure the 2 points to make it a 4-point lead for Mepham.
Yasmin Worrell gets stripped again.
It works that way.
Marco Griffin coming out for Garden City. Worrell drives again. The floater doesn't fall. Rebounded by Jillian Mayer. Trying to find Alexa Farrar on that one, but gets pushed out of bounds. Caroline Keane coming in for Julia Rawlinson.
Rocco for Garden City, Grace Kelly. She's been a great person so far throughout this game, really helping out her team.
Jillian Mayer out of bounds, taking that one out. Really been one of the workhorses on this team. Everybody on this team doing their share, coming up big when it counts, stepping up and stepping big when they need it the most.
Absolutely.
Mayer.
Hands up, top.
Alexa Farrar on the left wing.
Up top.
Farrar trying to side someone, finds Cardes.
Hands up, top, girls.
Cardes finds Caroline Keane, wide open for 3. She nails that one from beyond the arc.
No one guarding Keane on the outside.
And that brings Mepham to their largest lead of the game, 7. 19-12, 5:24 left in the second quarter. Grace Kelly trying to do a 3-pointer of her own. Misses that one, rebounded by Jillian Mayer. Looks for finding Caroline Keane again. Couldn't get that second straight 3-pointer to go, but Mepham getting the offensive chances they need so far. Alexa Farrar coming out. Maxine Bresner coming in for the Pirates.
Mepham's getting a second chance here as it was tipped out by Garden City.
Maxine Bresner down low, tries to go for that one. Great hustle by Jillian Mayer, comes up with it, gets blocked by Worrell. Worrell taking up the court, 2-on-1. Gave that one to Kelly Brennan. Give the assist to Worrell on that one, as Coach Mulvey wants his first time out of the night.
Mepham is still leading by 5 as Coach Mulvey calls his timeout.
I guess if you want to switch now.
Tom, as we said before, every player on that team coming up big when it counts most. Let's take a look at the replay. 2-on-1, Yasmin Worrell with the assist to Kelly Brennan for that layup.
Yeah,
Should we go now?
Mepham's definitely getting their opportunities to expand their lead over Garden City. Even though Garden City is not giving up, they're still striving and making things happen here. Guys, we're 4 minutes, 39 seconds left in the second.
Tom, earlier in the week, we interviewed Coach Mulvey. As you can see on this replay, Caroline Keane with a deep 3-pointer from way beyond the arc. one of her three-pointers on the night. Also, another player coming up big when it matters most for the Pirates. As a couple games ago against MacArthur, a thriller among thrillers. I mean, it really was that type of game, Tom, with almost 3 seconds left. Caroline Keane manages to get off a three-pointer to give the Pirates the lead over, give the win over MacArthur, 68-67.
Absolutely, Rocco. Caroline Keane is also their three-point shooter and their perimeter shooter.
Mayer finds Cardace on the left wing. Cardace trying to find someone. Maxine Bresnator with the pick. Julia Cardace with the pick for Caroline Keane. Another pick for Caroline Keane. Caroline just tosses it up. Can't get that one to fall. Rebounded by Grace Kelly.
Nice shot by Kelly getting in there in the boards. Crashing the boards.
Jamie Murray. Yasmin Royal. Deep three. In and out. Rebounded by Grace Kelly. Once again, and she gets fouled on that attempt. And she will go to the line to shoot too.
Excellent job by Kelly getting in there, boxing out Mepham to get that rebound and get fouled to go to the line for two. First shot will go.
Grace Kelly averaging just a bit over 14.7 points per game so far tonight. Already has 11 double digits in the second quarter. Second attempt doesn't fall, but off guard in City as Mepham takes over the ball.
19-15 here, Mempham's leading. 3:53 left to play in the second.
Bresnator finds Heller. Heller all alone, drives all the way. Can't get that one at the fall. Rebounded by Maxine Bresnator. No one boxing her out on that one, and she will go to the line and shoot too.
It's almost like she had that, but someone came up behind from Garden City to tap her to get that foul, giving her an option at 2 points here. First one does not go for Maxine Bresnator. Makes the score 19-15 still.
Bresnator averaging just about 4 points per game.
In and out. It's going to be Garden City ball.
19-15. Mepham leads with 3:44 left to go in the second quarter. Kelly Brennan finds Jamie Murray. Murray finds Grace Kelly. Kelly back to Murray. Murray to Worrell. Murray for three. In and out. Rebounded by Caroline Keane.
Nice pull up by Murray.
Mayer finds Bresnator. Wilson drives all the way, gets stripped by Worrell, tries to find a way, and lays it up and in.
Nice shot by Mepham with the ball movement there.
Great ball control by the sophomore.
Travel on Garden City.
So far in the first half, Tom, it's been a little bit of a frustrating half for Garden City.
Absolutely, as we just saw a travel by Kelly Brennan. Not too happy about it.
Wilson tries to find Caroline Keane, turnover. Kelly Brennan drives. Kick it down on the floor.
McGuire on the outside. It's going to be staying for Garden City. Garden City ball coming out from the outside.
Jamie Murray trying to find someone. Goes all the way to Grace Kelly on the right wing. Worrell, Murray, great ball moved by Garden City. Worrell drives, can't get that one to fall.
Nice attempt by Worrell.
And stays with Garden City. Murray finds Worrell, deep three again. Can't knock that one. Almost a turnover. Caroline Keane finds Julia Wilson all the way across court. Can't get that one to fall. Worrell pushing up the court. 3-on-1.
That's going to be a charging foul, Rocco. Something that we don't really see that much often, but it was a charging foul on Worrell.
It's hard right there. May have gone either way, but right there, I probably should have been a travel, if anything.
Yeah, it was a tough call with different scenarios.
Rawlinson back here down the paint, gives it to Caroline Keane, just tosses up there with a 3-pointer, can't get that one to fall. Worrell pushing up the court, 2-on-1. And gets a soft layup to go in. Cuts the lead back down to 4.
Nice move there by Worrell to just lay it in.
Rawlinson trying to weave through the offense. Gets fouled on that play by Claire McGuire. Mayer under the basket trying to find someone, finds Rawlinson on the left wing. Deep 2, get that one to fall. Rebound to Claire McGuire. Jamie Murray pushing up the court. Finds Worrell open in the corner.
Rocco, I would say so myself. Worrell has been taking all these outside shots so far for Garden City, and she's unable to connect these couple shots.
You're right, Tom. They have been high percentage shots, and usually during the season she will knock these down, but tonight it has just not been falling.
Absolutely.
Bresnator on the right wing. Finds Jillian Mayer. There's freshman Haley Guerrero. Gets to Caroline Keane. Mepham trying to find something with 1:25 left to go. Caroline Keane from way beyond the arc. Can't get that one to fall. Rebound to Haley Guerrero. Tosses that one up. Can't get that one to fall. The great hustle by Worrell to no avail as Mepham will retain the ball.
Mayer looking for someone.
Mayer finds Guerrero. Guerrero trying to find Allie Heller down low. All the way to Grace Kelly. Grace Kelly can't get that shot to fall. Bresnator tries to throw it out of bounds.
No good on the layup from Grace Kelly.
That could have been a costly turnover, but Garden City does not capitalize. Caroline Keane tries to go for the shot, gets blocked. Just under a minute to go in the second quarter. Mepham up 21-17. Caroline Keane finds Bresnator. Haley Guerrero. Allie Heller to Jillian Mayer, her first 3-point attempt of the night. Can't get that one to fall.
Good defense by Guerrero, but it was a foul. Etienne called on a foul.
Nice.
Guerrero fouling Kelly Brennan on the outside there.
McGuire
Nice defense by Mepham.
trying to find Worrell on that pass. Now coming out, Haley Guerrero coming in, sophomore Julia Rawlinson. Looks like Coach Mobley trying to add the Pirates lead just before the half. Worrell finds McGuire. Wide open is Jim Murray. Grace Kelly down low, fighting in the post. Can't get that layup to fall. Rebound to McGuire, can't get that one to fall either. Great hustle by Bresnator, keeps it in.
All those
Let's say Kelly Brennan trying to put volleyball a bit, trying to go for the layup. It looks like Caroline Keane will now hold it for the last shot, but rebounded by Allie Heller.
Garden City will have the ball now with 4.4 seconds.
A little bit of miscommunication right there. Trying to hold for the last shot. Whoa, 2 seconds left. Right there, Grace Kelly at the half. To get that one to full.
That's going to do it for the second quarter.
Heading into the half, Mepham up 21-17. We now go to the BMB halftime report.
With Casey Farr and Marco Long.
Which team?
First Billy on the left. Yeah, she has 11.
As we see on the replay there.
9.5 minutes.
This is the studio here for this BMB halftime show. Crazy action down on the floor. Right now, Mepham beating Garden City, although a lot still could change. Right now, Garden City unable to get to that 25-point average that they normally had for the first half of the game. Now, most of that can be contributed to their turnovers or their fouls. They had a lot of fouls, if you get what I'm saying. But they also have not been able to put the ball in the basket. First of all, they've taken many shots, a good amount of them from three-point range, unable to get them in. Earlier in the game, they did have the 2 consecutive threes to start off. Cold ever since then. And now we're going to be joined by our very own BMB Rocco Law. Sorry, he's going to be joining us in just a few minutes. But first, let's go back to that Garden City shooting and how they haven't been able to get to those points that they originally aspired to get. You can see here, Garden City playing with that aggressive defense, but then getting that easy layup. That's what they're normally accustomed to. Rocco, what does Garden City have to change in order to get some more points on the board?
You know, so far in the first half, Casey, it really has been a struggle for the Garden City Trojans. I mean, coming to this game, the past 9 games, they've been having high-scoring games, usually with Garden City on the high-scoring end of that game, always have been winning. But so far, the Mepham defense has really shut down other Garden City assets. Grace Kelly so far having a great game so far, double-digit points in the first half, leading Garden City Trojans. But you know, as we talked about before, Mepham, every player in that team really coming up big when it matters most, and that's really been the story so far. Once again today.
Now I'm going to switch sides and talk about Mepham. They've been really good on the defensive side. Last game against Calhoun, didn't even give up 30 points. They've been doing a very good job here, only limiting Calhoun to around 20 points, which is lower than their average. Do they need to continue? What do they need to continue for the second half?
Well, for Mepham, definitely they have to get to the free throw line. You saw in that first half, it really was the difference maker. Mepham had the Garden City Trojans gave Mepham 5 fouls, which allowed them to essentially go into the bonus and shoot free throws every time they got fouled. So that's really one of the key points on offense. They really have to get the ball into Caroline. They have to get the ball into Caroline Keane's hands. She has been automatic from way beyond the arc. As you see on this replay from the first half, a long three-pointer, just way beyond the arc. She has the confidence to shoot wherever beyond the arc, and that really has to continue for her.
Yeah, Mepham's been great shooting from the field, especially from the three-point line. Caroline Keane with 6 points. She has 2 threes. Grace Kelly for Garden City, 11 points, 2 early threes, like I did say before. But going back to what you said about the free throws, Mepham was not efficient at all from the line to start. Do you think Coach Mulvey's putting anything into them, telling them even if you're getting to the line, you still got to produce?
Well, definitely, Casey. I mean, if you're any coach in the basketball sport, in the sport of basketball, you need to make free throws, and especially free points given to you. And whoever really has the high free throw percentage of the game usually comes out on top. As you see here from the free throw line, Caroline Keane makes that one, and you know that really has to continue for Mepham in the second half.
Yeah, that was a rare occurrence. Mepham not even hitting 50% of their free throws. Now, continuing with Mepham, they've had a lot of experience, let's say, leave. Like you said, Marianne Magonis, Lori Della Croce. They all have not been able to be in the program for one reason or another this year. 2 of their 5 starters are seniors. The rest are either juniors or sophomores. Who on the senior side, let's say, the upperclassmen, who's carried some of the weight this year? Or at least in this game?
Well, in this game so far, on the defensive side of the ball, it really has been Maxine Bresner. I mean, already 3 block shots, a couple rebounds here and there.
She had some steals, too.
She did have some steals, and she really has been a force on the defensive side, has really been propelling Mepham on the defensive side of the ball. On the offensive side of the ball, it really has been Caroline Keane. Her and Julia Rawlinson have really been the main scoring threats all season long, and today it's been shown. You saw before 2 3-pointers. She hit that long 3-pointer from way beyond the arc, and she has to really keep that confidence, as Julia Rawlinson not getting as many opportunities as game before. But as I said, but as we talk about seniors departing, seniors Marion Begonis, I really want to make this statement that this season, who really has been coming up big so far, as we talked about Julia Rawlinson, she really is the next Marianne Begonis so far for the Pirates. I mean, she really is that type of player.
Yeah, we were talking before, I heard you say something like that. The two stars, I'm not quoting it myself, have been Marianne Begonis and Grace, not Marianne Begonis, but Kelly and Rawlinson for Garden City and Mepham. So, as you can see here, it's Grace Kelly. She averaging 14.7 points per game, already 11 in the first half. I mean, the Trojans still didn't score a lot of points. What does Grace Kelly, let's say, what does she have to do in order to continue to keep the Trojans team afloat?
Well, Casey, I really think that Grace Kelly, she really has been a great three-point shooter throughout the season. Today, not so much, just like Yasmin Worrell, not been able to knock down those open threes from beyond the arc. But so far, she's been getting those opportunities, but she just hasn't been able to knock down those shots so far.
Yeah, and you went back to Yasmin Worrell and a bunch of other players on that starting five for Garden City. They've been playing very well, although they haven't been getting a lot of points scored. What do they need to keep on doing? I mean, I know we talked about Garden City as a whole, but what do they need to do to help to contribute to Grace Kelly's success?
Well, I really think that Yasmin Worrell and other Garden City Trojans really have to step up on the offensive side of the ball. As you can see, the point differential drop-off right now is really the main scoring threat is really coming from Grace Kelly and then everybody else. I mean, if you add that on to the score right now, it's 21-17 Mepham.
Yeah, without Kelly, it'd be 21-16.
And you're certainly right in that regards. It's just that, in tonight's game against Mepham, you really need to have more than one person scoring 5 points. As you see right there, Grace Kelly knocking a three-pointer from way beyond the arc, and that really has been her sweet spot.
And also, as you saw on that graphic, Mepham's scoring been a little more balanced out. There haven't been everyone put in the game yet. At least there were a few subs late in the first half. Who did you see that late in the first half that came in that could help produce coming for the second half?
Well, what I really saw that came in was definitely Alexa Ferrara Jr. She really has, so far this season, really has been a defensive specialist, really helping on the defensive side of the ball. Haley Guerrero didn't do such a bad job. She is a freshman, as a reminder, she is a freshman, and a couple freshmen brought up this year. And that, they've really been coming up big when it matters most, as I said. But, if more people were incorporated into the scheme, I feel like there would be a little bit more of chaos on both sides of the ball, trying to figure out the system. But right now, I think Coach Mobley's figured it out so far. Really has been one of his brilliant seasons. I mean, if you take a look at the team, such a young core, only 2 seniors, such a brilliant season for Mobley and the Pirates. And that has been your BMB.
1 minute.
Mepham and Calhoun, as I said, Mepham up 21-17 at the half. Top scorers right now is both Caroline Keane for Mepham and Julia Rawlinson, both at 6 apiece. For Garden City, Grace Kelly 11 and Yasmin Worrell 2 so far in the stat sheet. Now, what really has to happen for Garden City in the second half is that they have to make those wide open shots. It really has been that type of night. But 21-7, as I said, heading to the half, that has been your BMB halftime report. I'm Rocco Law. Now we'll send it back out for the second half.
We're currently live back on the floor for the second half as Mepham Pirates and the Garden City Trojans look on to start this second half positive
over there putting the battery
as
down.
Mepham is currently winning 21-17 coming into the third.
And there is the buzzer. Means the start of the second half. And as Tom, you said, 21-17 our score.
Correct.
City rolling out with their same starting lineup.
Both starting lineups are on the floor right now, getting ready to face off.
Mayer will inbound it, and we are underway. Over to Bresnik. On the inside, and Rawlinson able to get it with the tough defense.
Rawlinson getting some points started up from Mepham early in the second half, third quarter.
Fakes it, attempt to fall down, unable to get it. Rebound once again does not go up, and it'll be Mepham ball.
Keane taking it up, driving, pass to Rawlinson on the outside. Driving right hand, it goes. Nice job by Mepham, first 4 points in the 40 seconds that we have played here in the third quarter.
Murray, the typical guard for Garden City, bringing it up.
Jamie Murray is going to be taking it up, right side. There's Kelly. Looking for someone.
Kelly over to Worrell. Worrell back to Murray. Inside the paint. Over to Kelly. She's unable to get it as the shot clock goes off. It'll be a shot clock violation. Mepham ball.
24 seconds wasted by Garden City. Unable to connect on anything. 3 things that Garden City needs to keep the game is good ball movement, limit the number of fouls, and defense and hard work.
Mayer now bringing it up. As Garden City gets onto that defense. Over to Keane. Keane with a step back 3. It goes right in.
Keane is one of those players with those perimeter shots that she likes to take and sometimes does connect like you saw it did.
Worrell was driving. Now shot by Murray. 3 doesn't get in. They can't answer back, but it will remain Garden City ball as it goes out of bounds. 28-17 is our score. 6:23 still left in the third quarter.
Garden City getting a second chance here to redeem themselves, get some points on the board in this third quarter as they've not got any so far.
Murray over to McGuire, back over to Murray. Wall from the top of the key. She passes on the inside to McGuire. Shot goes up, unable to go down.
Brennan unable to connect.
The and one, they're not actually going to count it.
It's going to be a charging foul on Julia Rawlinson.
Yeah, Rawlinson went in, tried to do somewhat of a Euro step, but they're going to call her for the charge. Murray bringing it up court. Pass over to Keane. Keane being double teamed. Back over to Murray. Wall to the outside. Pass over to Murray, back to Wall.
A lot of ball movement here.
Trying to get a quick one on the inside and turned over. Keane bringing up the floor from Mepham.
Nice bounce pass there on the inside would have been nice.
She passed on the inside. Unable to go from Brett Snyder.
Does get fouled, will be going to the line for 2 to make this game hopefully a 30-17 game. 3 keys to Mepham: limit the turnovers, handle the pressure, and contain Grace Kelly. Garden City's top key player, Grace Kelly, already 11 coming into the third quarter. First half had 11.
First shot from Brett Snyder. Goes in.
Makes the score 29-17.
Two of 2. And she's unable to get the second one. It's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to say that it's Mepham ball. Last touch by Worrell.
Worrell, not that much IQ there. Kicking, throwing it out of bounds. Mepham ball on the outside.
Mayer inbound. She gives it all the way over to Rawlinson. That'll be another Mepham turnover. Murray takes it up for Garden City. 29-17 is our score. Still 5:25 left in the third. Murray all the way to the other side of the court. And Kelly unable to keep the ball in. Another turnover in this one. Mepham ball now.
As we see Maxine Bresnayer, big center for Pirates, big IQ, has been crashing the boards today. What they like, she needs to keep the rebounding and scoring up for Mepham Pirates today.
Bresnider with the ball. She's looking for someone to pass it to. Gets it over to Keane. Rawlinson had it stripped. They're going to get the ball back, though, with Mayer. And Keane with the long shot. She gets another three.
Like I said, Casey, her outside perimeter shots have been falling today, and she's adding on and expanding this Mepham lead.
32-17 now. McGuire up over the outside of Murray. Waddle trying to drive. Unable to get it with the underhand.
She'll be going to the line.
Foul there picked up by Bresnider. First shot for Waddle, it goes in, giving her 3 points on the night.
Makes the score 32-18.
Second. And they're both good. She goes 2 from 2 for the line. It's a 13-point deficit now for Garden City. Mayer with the inbound. All 5 the defenders for Garden City up on this half. Timeout will be called by Coach Mulvey.
As we've seen there before that timeout, Mepham was trying to inbound the ball. Garden City pressing. That is something that they like to do a lot. Try to distract them, waste time on the clock that we have of the 24 seconds.
Yeah, and we talked to Garden City's coach before the game even started. We talked about how defense was going to be a necessity. Defense unable to stop Caroline Keane there, though.
Yeah, on that replay, Keane just drained it. Step back on a three-point line, perimeter outside. Made it go in, makes the score 32-18.
Yeah, that was her 4th 3 of the game. Great senior experience that she's showing.
Absolutely. I would say she's probably Mepham's best perimeter shooter.
Here's one of the other 3s that she had before. 13 points already for her. Mayer's going to try again now. Get the inbound. Garden City still playing with that very aggressive defense.
Go up! Here it is.
Rawlinson has it.
Watch your back, watch your back.
Keane with another 3, unable to get this one, but it rebounded, and it's put right back in.
That's Allie Heller. Nice rebounding by her to put it right back in.
Waddle has it.
One of you take her, not two.
Back to Murray.
Hold out back.
Grace Kelly now with the 3. She's able to get it.
That was a swoosh right there. Grace Kelly adding some points on for Garden City to make it 34-22.
Mayer once again trying to inbound it. This time it's over to Keane. Bresnider with the screen. It's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Keane, and Garden City will get the ball back.
Great defense there by Garden City, being aggressive, trying to get this game back to a closer lead as they're down by 12.
Ball inbounds it over to Murray.
As you see on the replay, Grace Kelly swishes it in.
The inside McGuire, she's unable to keep the ball. Now fight for it. It's Bresnider and Kelly in that one.
Hey, 23.
It's going to stay Garden City
23
ball.
Max, force it out.
As Murray's going to inbound it.
Shoot her behind Keane. She's coming in. JR, corner.
What a wall on the outside. Almost stolen there by Keane. And Kelly takes the 3, unable to get it as she was unguarded. Mepham driving up the floor, unable to get it with the one-handed shot.
Garden City trying to pace their time here. Not fully going in.
Running over to, and the shot unable to go in. Rebound, Garden City. Worrell fouled on the play. She's going to get an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Not really paying much attention.
I think Worrell's
Sorry
finally
about that.
seen that her outside shots have not been falling tonight, as we've seen last quarter and this quarter so far. She finally took the inside approach and got it.
No, it's just really loud.
First shot. Unable to go. She is unsuccessful from the line. And the shot goes right in from Mepham as they go coast to coast on that one.
Rawlinson really driving, getting those 2 points from Mepham. expanding the lead 36-24.
That one unable to go from Brennan. Mayer has it now. Over to Keane. She's going to take another three. This one unable to go.
Bresnader, excellent rebound. Being
a great
aware.
rebounder for them. Able to get some more points on the board. 38-24 is what's on the board right now. 2:37 left in the third. Kelly with the long three. Unable to get that one. Keane gets rebound, bringing it up now. Looking for some fast break points. Shot there, unable to go.
Kelly,
no foul on the play.
Stuffed Heller right at the line. Not letting her score.
Wall with on the outside. She has the cut into, and Grace Kelly gets it nothing but net there. I don't even know if there's anything there.
Yeah, I saw some communication over there by Kelly and Worrell. Worrell giving her a heads up.
Rawlinson with the ankle breakers. She's bringing it up the floor now. A great defensive play there from Jamie Murray, able to get it away from Rawlinson.
Substitution here for Mepham. It's going to be Heller coming out for the Pirates. And coming in, Cardace for the Pirates.
Murray brings it up. Passing the court line, defended by Cardace. Over to Wall. Inside of Murray, she brings it back out. That's like a backcourt violation of some sloppy play there. Wall and Kelly are unable to communicate, and it ends up being a turnover and Mepham ball.
38-26, a minute 33 left to play in the third quarter.
Claire McGuire comes out for Garden City. Jillian Mayer takes it out. Bresnader on the outside. Back inside to Rawlinson, and she puts it up off the glass.
Excellent job by Rawlinson on the awareness and knowing where to go to the hoop.
On the inside. Kelly with it. Now we're back in the inside. Brennan unable to get the shot to go off.
Rawlinson striving.
Another one-handed underhand.
Second in a row for hand side with a one-hand lay-in. Just about 45 seconds left to go, 42-26.
Murray with it. Backdoor cutter, unable to go in. Cardace with it. She's blazing up the court. Pass it over to Rawlinson. She takes the jumper, and it goes right in. Tom, how hot has she been?
She's hitting her hot spot right now. 3 in a row. Just at the 25-second mark, under 20 seconds, she scored 4 points. Some contact there as Worrell.
Cardace looks a little shaken up on that one.
She does as Worrell goes body to body with Cardace. Substitutions coming in. Grace Kelly and Kelly Brennan will be coming out for the Garden City Trojans.
23 seconds left on the clock.
Rawlinson has been really hot throughout these last couple of minutes in this third period. Hopes to keep it up for the fourth.
Wall trying to drive. She passes it over.
Clock's ticking.
13 seconds left. Murray trying to drive. Pass it over to Wall. She takes a three, and it goes right in.
That's about the first three that Worrell has connected tonight. Clock is ticking.
3 seconds. Shot from Warder from Keane, unable to go off the glass. 44-28. Garden City's going to have some work to do. They want to get back into this one. End of third. So Rocco, as you can see, a lot of fans coming out for this one, just like the game that we saw the other day with the boys basketball team. What do you think contributes to why so many fans want to come out and watch their Mepham Pirates?
You know, Casey, I know it's not really, liked upon, but it really has to do something with the record and whoever people are playing. I mean, if it's a really intense game. Right here you see Jamie Murray drive, and right there, right before the end of the half, Morrow with the deep three knocks that one down. But Casey, I really want to. Oh boy, was that an entertaining third quarter? I mean, Caroline Keane has been on fire from downtown. I mean, that long three-pointer she had really had some momentum. And Rawlinson already at 19 points so far heading into the fourth quarter. I mean, that really has been something special. You see right there, just makes it look easy.
And it looks so effortless when she shoots the ball, but it goes in almost every time.
It really does. But something I really want to stress, Casey, is that up 44-28, you cannot count out a team like Garden City. Their level, you cannot count them out. Not a team like this. Their level of play has been so high this season, and one of the reasons why they're one of the top of the conference.
Well, they're on the court early, down 44-28 entering the fourth quarter. They're going to have to pick up some work. They want to try to tie it or at least win this game. Mepham will start with the ball. Mayer over to Keane. Back over to Mayer, which they've done so often in this game. Mayer guarded by a small guard, Jamie Murray. Keane over to Murray. Fouled on the play. And Rawlinson's going to go to the line for two.
Man, Casey, she is Jillian Rawlinson. She's been having a really good night. 19 points so far, heading into the fourth quarter, and now a chance to make it 20. Just what Coach Mulvey said when we interviewed him in the middle of the week. They said they needed Rawlinson to get 20, and for everyone to come up big. And so far, it has happened, and that is a big reason why they're up by 14 so far against Garden City.
Second shot. She's unable to get either. Empty from the line. Wall bringing it up fast pace now for Garden City. Takes a step back. Pass it over to the outside. Murray within the three-point line, unable to get it. Garden City with the rebound, unable to go in there. Once again, Murray with the rebound. Warren driving now. She puts up the floater. That one doesn't go in either, and Garden City is going to tussle for it. They're going to say jump ball. They're going to stay with Garden City. Relentless on the boards, aren't they, Rocco?
Yeah, Casey, I mean, one of the things that Coach Steve Basello of Garden City is really stressed on during that second half, getting the rebound, but right there, Grace Kelly for the three.
Another rebound. That one's put up right away by Yasmin Worrell.
As I said, Casey, you cannot count a team like Garden City out. I mean, rebounding a second chance points might be the difference maker for them to cut it close.
Rawlinson trying to... She's unable to get it.
Casey, so far, Julia Rawlinson already 20 points so far in this game. She's been having a terrific season so far.
Yeah, to end the third quarter, she was 3 from 3 in her last 3 shots. Might have Bresnader looking for someone to pass it. She gives it over to the mentioned Rawlinson. Screen by Cardays. Rawlinson unable to get him. Murray with the rebound. Fast pace now. Murray with the floater. Unable to get that one. That one's going to go to bounds. It'll be Mepham ball. Mayer looking for somebody in the bound, did too. Rawlinson has it now.
Caroline Keane looking for the outlet pass right there. Couldn't find it.
Fumbled around. It's going to be a turnover. Garden City ball.
Casey, so far during this game, calls going either way. Neither coach are happy of the officiating so far.
Get there!
That's going to be a foul on the play. Brennan will go to the line. First of 2. That one's unable to go. Brent Snyder comes out now for Mepham. Second shot. That one also unable to go. Garden City, though, with the rebound. Warren gets it. Murray has it now, trying to drive. She takes the floater. That one unable to go either. It's going to be a foul. Kelly will go to the line now.
Casey, Grace Kelly once again going to the foul line once again. Kelly Uri having herself another big night with 16 of her own so far.
That one goes right in. Rocco, as you said, she has 16, now 17 already. Averaging 14, more than 14 and a half on the season. Been a great player for Garden City this year.
Really has. Casey.
Second shot, that one goes right in also.
18 points on the night for Grace Kelly.
44-32 is our score. Mepham over Garden City. 6:06 left in the fourth, and it's going to be a timeout by Coach Mulvey and Mepham Pirates. That's the second time that he's had to do that now in this game, in this half even. The defense for Garden City has been relentless. What do you think that has been contributed to?
Well, Casey, the defense of Garden City so far in the second half, we'll get into that in just a minute. Coach Mulvey, in his 15th season as head coach since taking over the program back in 2003, as we talked about it before, a great track record, already 8 conference titles and 2 county Final Four appearances since taking over the program. And so far, Casey, if the Pirates do end up winning the conference and winning this game, it really should come. Really have to give major props to Coach Mulvey and this resiliency of this Pirates team. I mean, they really are to redefine the word resiliency. 9 games in so far, as I talked about before. Hard-working, tough, in the trenches type of games, all the time, close games, and the brilliancy of head coach Coach Mulvey really help propel that team.
Yeah, normally we consider Garden City to be the offensive team, Mepham to be the defensive team. Those roles have reversed in this one. Mepham already scoring 44 points, Garden City only with 32.
In case you come to this game, Garden City was looking to score a boatload of points on them this game, but the story has not been that so far.
Rawlinson has it now. She pulls up from 3. That one unable to go off the rim. Kelly with the rebound. Now Murray bringing it up past half court.
Garden City needs to find something.
A wide open Warren, unable to get it. Murray with another rebound. Warren has it. She's driving. She puts up the floater off the glass and in.
Casey, that's just what Garden City need to get back into the game. A 10-point game with 5:37 left in the fourth quarter.
Keane just able to find someone, and it's Rawlinson, and she's taking it up now. Pass on the inside, taken away by Garden City.
Rawlinson with the turnover. That's going to be a 2-on-1 right here.
Brennan driving, unable to get it. Back to Kelly. Foul on the play, and she will go to the lines for 2.
Casey, once again, Grace Kelly heading to the line to shoot another pair of free throws. This time, detonating Mepham's lead back down below double digits.
Now have 19 points for Grace Kelly. Seems like she's been the main person at the line for Garden City. The main people at the line for Mepham have been Rawlinson and Keane.
President checking in into the game.
She's 2 for 2 now. Give her a 20-point game. 44-35 now Mepham over the Trojans. 5:16 left in the fourth. Keane has it. Double team. Back over to Mayer. She's able to keep it in.
Looks like Coach Mulvey looking to call timeout that one. Looking to talk it over with his Pirates with 5:11 to go. And as we wind down the fourth quarter, let's take a look at the girls varsity basketball Nassau County Conference A1 standings. Garden City, as you know, and Mepham both tied for first. But as you see overall, Garden City has been doing better. But really, what really counts, Casey, is the conference, followed by Valley Stream Central in third place.
Yeah, right now it's the title of the Titans. Whoever wins this game moves into a unanimous first place in the conference, even though Garden City would fall to 8-3 if they lose, or 9-2 if they win. Mepham would still have the better conference record, which would mean a lot come playoff time
You're right, Casey, but it certainly doesn't stop there. This game should be a momentum booster heading into the playoffs and coming up. I mean, this could be, if you lose a couple games, you go back down to second place. But this game is a momentum booster because it makes people work harder to maintain the first place conference standings if they do end up winning this game.
Mayer able to inbound it to Rawlinson. She's driving now.
Allie Heller, the nice floater right there. She's been having another awesome game.
Wall over to the outside to Kelly.
Stay up, Jared, stay!
Kelly with the 3. Unable to get that, but Wall with the rebound.
Ooh, right there. Could have been an offensive foul right there. And turns out it'll be, but looks like it'll be a turnover.
Ball never lies, and then it'll be Mepham ball. Mayer inbounds it. Rawlinson now. Brought up by Brennan. Tight defense and a takeaway by Garden City.
3-on-1.
Brennan driving. She gets fouled on the play. She'll go to the line for 2.
Casey, Garden City keeps chipping away, trying to get to that free throw line to cut the lead back below double digits.
That one unable to go. Like Rocco, like you said, Mepham has barely been able to score any points in this quarter. Garden City with a bunch now. At 8, trying to make it 9 here at the line if they can get this one to go in. And make it 9. 46-37 now. Garden City closing that lead.
Bresnator. Cards Mayer pushing it up the court.
Mayer has him out. Caught loosely by Keller. Bresnator has it now. Back over to Rawlinson. In the corner is Mayer. Keane with a 3. That one unable to go. Guarded tightly.
Could have been a huge 3 right there. Casey could have padded Mepham's lead, bringing it back up to double digits.
And instead, Bresnator got the rebound, but then turned it over shortly after.
So with a 9-point game, 3:56 left in the fourth quarter. Mepham up 46-37.
Murray has it now. Over to Wall. On the inside of McGuire. Turnover stolen by Mayer.
Good hustle there by Jillian Mayer on that one.
Rawlinson has it now. And just want to pass 2. She does. Unable to get the shot off. Rawlinson now with the reverse. Unable to get it. And it's going to be a foul on the play. Maryland bounded as it was a Garden City foul. Over to Rollins at the top of the key. A looser defender. Bresnator back over to Mayer. 3:18 left in the fourth quarter. 46-37. Pirates over Trojans. That one unable to go with the underhand layup.
There's a 3-on-1 once again, but great hustle by Jillian Mayer as Coach Mulvey gets the timeout called. But actually that will not be accepted as Mepham still remains with the ball, so we won't be able to call timeout on that.
Mayer over to Bresnator. Back over to Mayer. Dangerous play there as Kelly was playing some aggressive defense. Rawlinson has it, brings it up.
Casey, Garden City has to be careful here, as I just said that. They're just near the bonus limit with...
Yeah, it was Kelly with the foul there.
So Casey, one more for both Mepham and Garden City. They'll get both free trips to the line.
Mayer trying to get someone inbound to 2. Over to Bresnator.
Trying to find a cutting Allie Heller. Couldn't find that one.
And another foul.
And as I just said that, Casey, very important
Bresnager goes to the line. Rocco, as you said, Garden City needs to be more careful. 2 fouls there, puts them in the bonus. Alvin McGuire subbing out for Garden City.
You're right, Casey. 2 costly fouls. They'll come back to haunt them in the future of this game.
First shot goes right in from Bresnager. Normally averaging 4 points a game, but she's had a significant impact in this one.
More so on the defensive side of the ball tonight.
We don't have to get the second one to go, but she's still 1 of 2 from the line on that trip. While bringing it up very aggressively.
Garden City needs to make a deep dent into the lead if they're going to come back in this game.
Kelly tried bringing her on the inside. Pass unable to go. That pass unable to go from Kelly. Now she's trying to bring it back herself, unable to get it. Wall with the rebound once again. Kelly on the inside. Let's touch her. It will be a Mepham ball there. Merrill inbounded once again. Garden City still playing with that aggressive defense down the stretch.
Casey
Keane with the 3. Goes right in as the lackadaisical defense laid off her to try to stop the fast break. 50-37 now, Mepham over Garden City.
Right there, Casey, as soon as Garden City let Caroline Keane wide open, and knew it was a mistake.
And then Waro with the easy layup there. It's an 11-point deficit. Mayer over to Brent Snyder. Stolen by Kelly. She's trying to bring it up herself, and she's going to be fouled on the play.
Now, Garden City is now in the bonus.
Foul on Jillian Mayer.
On the ground, right? Hey, Steve.
Grace Kelly already with 20 points in this game, looking to make it 21-22, but she has been an extremely explosive player. As she's unable to get the first one. Rocco, what has she meant to this team?
Casey, she is really an impactful player on this team. She really is one of the type of player that you can, essentially play around. You know, you could possibly put her maybe at 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5, and she would excel on all 5 positions.
Try to get the long pass to Keane. Tipped out of bounds by Wall, though it will stay with Mepham. Keane with the inbound. Over to Bresnager, back outside to Mayer. Back over to Keane. She takes the quick 3. Unable to get it off the glass. Goes out of bounds. It will be Garden City ball. 1:42 left in this one.
Casey, tonight already, Keane so lethal from beyond the arc.
He's had 6 threes, Rocco. That's impressive for even an NBA player.
Great hustle by Bresnager, unable to come up with the ball. Another defensive play by Massey Bresnager. That's a great defensive stop. She's been great on the defensive side of the ball all night long.
And now Garden City's going to start the fouls. Grace Kelly fouls Jillian Mayer, putting her to the line. And now we're in the full bonus. Will be a 2-shot trip.
Junior Jillian Mayer attempts her first free throw in the 4th quarter. Very silent. And she makes her first attempt, adding to Mepham's lead. They're up 11.
Yeah, Rocco, like you said, I think the silence really helped her there.
Casey, the 4th quarter is always a crucial quarter in basketball, especially when the game winds down in a close and intense game as this one tonight.
Now we're unable to go. Wall bringing it quickly up the floor. She takes it herself, unable to bank it in.
Casey, shots like those have not been able to go down for Wall and the Trojans tonight.
Wall got the quick steal and then gave it right back to Mepham.
Casey, with 1:12 left to go in the 4th quarter, coming into the game, we were going to expecting a close game, possibly with Garden City leading, but did you ever expect an 11-point lead from the Pirates?
I don't necessarily think so, but right here, that does not make it a 13-point game, but it's been a very good game for both sides. Mepham just seems to have had the better hand here tonight.
And we've hit under the minute mark.
Brennan unable to get the 3-point attempt play. She will go to the line for 2, though. Foul on Jillian Mayer. That one able to go in for Brennan. 10-point game now, 58 seconds left on the clock. That one unable to go. Rebounded by Warren. That one unable to go now. Murray from 3. That one unable to go. Mayer gets the rebound. She's gonna get fouled before Coach Wolvie tries to call a timeout.
Junior Jillian Mayer heads to the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Just under 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. But Casey, first I want to get into what has really been the...
That one able to go.
As you know, Casey, during the free throws, silence is key. Silence is key. But going back to my point...
Glad for you to respect that, Rocco.
Going back to my point, what has really been the biggest... who has really come up big so far with the Pirates tonight?
As I respect the silence, that one goes in. I believe that the obvious choice would be Julia Ronson, although you could also say that Caroline Keane, with her lethal three-point shooting, it's been great for them. Brennan passes it on the inside. That one's unable to go now. I'm going to say a jump ball there. Will remain with Garden City. 34 seconds left. 53 to 41. Pirates over Trojans. That one inbounded. Murray with it. Guarded by Rollinson. To the inside from the paint. That one rattles out. That one blocked by Bresnider. They're going to call a foul on that one.
Now, Casey, if the Pirates do come out on top tonight, it's not over yet for Garden City. I mean, it's still a long season to go, and they may be able to get their revenge when they play on February 6th at Garden City at 6:30 p.m. That may be a good game to.
Yeah, and anything's possible for when Grace Kelly's on the floor, obviously, for Garden City. Unable to get the first one there, but also unable to get the second one. She's been a great player for this Garden City team, though, making up for half of the offense.
Coach Mulvey called a timeout.
Mepham timeout now. 22 seconds still left on the clock. As Mepham looking to notch up its sixth overall victory for the year. Rocco, I noted this earlier that Garden City's been a different team on the road. Do you think that came into this game?
May have, but let's take a look at this long three-pointer from Caroline Keane. I mean, Casey, she's been doing that all night long, and this Garden City has not been able to stop that. There's no way of stopping that from way beyond the arc.
Yeah, on that specific play, they were trying to stop the fast point break. Keane able to come up with 3 with a step back. But going back to what I said, Rocco, this Garden City team's been a different team on the road. 5-0 at home, only 3-2 on the road. What do you make of that?
You know, Casey, I really think they're just a different team on the road. But as you see right here, Morrow got up with a nice layup. But really, yeah, Casey, it just goes down to just a different team on the road. I mean, a lot of teams in sports are they're just different, either at home or away, either or. You're going to have a weakness somewhere. And really, the sweet spot has really been home games for them.
And unless something out of the extreme ordinary happens here, Mepham will most likely walk away with the victory. Mayer inbounds it. That one tipped. Bresnider able to get it back. That one tipped again. Mayer gets fouled, and she will go to the line. 17 seconds left on the clock.
just under 17 seconds left in fourth quarter. Junior Jillian Mayer at the line. Misses the first attempt, and again, silence is key. 17 seconds left, 53-41 nothing.
Grace Kelly checks back into the game for Garden City with the last 17 seconds left on the clock. And Mayer is able to get the second one to go in. We're looking to make some play here. Pass to the inside to Kelly. She gets the easy layup, guarded by Keane. 10 seconds now left. Rawlinson is fouled. 54-43. Just under 9 seconds left on the clock. Guards are already in the bonus. It'll be Rawlinson at the line, shooting 2. First one unable to go for. Gets the second one to rattle out of the rim. Mayer unsuccessful at the line. Kelly now able to get that one impressively with a very tight defense. Floats that one in. 1 second left. That'll be the end of the game. 54-45. The Mepham Pirates over the Garden City Trojans here at the Mepham home floor. Before the game, these teams are both 4-0 in conference. Mepham now 5-0. And Garden City falls to 4-1. They fall to 8-3 overall. Mepham moves to 6-4 on the season. Now for the post-game show, we have Tom Morrow up in the studio.
From Mepham High School, Mepham 54, Garden City 45. Tom, what an exciting game. Coming to this game, I knew it was going to be close. Garden City coming in, very tough team with Grace Kelly, and of course Mepham with Caroline Keane and Julia Rawlinson, but I never would have seen this coming. 54-47, a 9-point win over Garden City. That has to be a huge accomplishment for the season so far.
Absolutely, Rocco. Like, I just thought of this. It was a high-flying fives right there. You got Caroline Keane, you got Grace Kelly. High-flying fives. Both Grace Kelly was maintaining her driving lanes as well as the perimeter shots that she took tonight, as well as Caroline Keane. She's probably Mepham's best perimeter shooter. Just seeing what she did tonight on the outside perimeter, she's probably their best perimeter shooter, as well as Rawlinson, as well as for Garden City, Worrell, who also did some damage driving to the hoop and going. It was a pretty good one.
Grace Kelly obviously had a big night. Tom, 20 plus points. She really had an amazing game. Maybe 10 points down from her last game, but who's to say 32 points, 22 points. It really is probably the same thing. And it really was a high competitive game. But for Caroline Keane, to go back to before, I mean, I'm not here to say that I wasn't surprised. I mean, she had 50 points in the night.
Yeah.
Julia Rawlinson led with 20 plus. Grace Kelly 25, and Yasmin Worrell with 10. But I can't say I didn't see this coming from her. I mean, last year we did covering the game. She really was a lethal 3-point shooter, chucking up whatever she could, and she really was that type of player on beyond the arc. As for Julia Rawlinson, a breakout season. No one saw this coming, taking over the spot of junior Lori Della Croce with out for the year with an ACL injury.
Yeah.
But as we said, this is a really huge accomplishment for Mepham beating Garden City. They now take over first place in Conference A1. Garden City slides down to second place, and it really was that type of night. And as for Caroline Keane, 15 points. I'll take a look, a couple highlights from the game. Caroline Keane was Just make it look so effortless from way beyond the arc. That has to be at least 3 feet from the
Absolutely.
from the
No one was even guarding her there. And going back to Grace Kelly, she almost hit her mark at 30 points when she versed MacArthur last Tuesday, January 8th, when she versed her. Almost 30 points in that game, 25 in this game. She's really building up to something and developing in a good way that you want to.
You're right, Tom. And one thing to point out coming to this game, one thing that Coach Bercello said of Garden City, that the pressure has gotten the team in the conference play so far, but tonight didn't happen to the Pirates. And I think that has to be due to the resiliency and definitely from strong play from Rawlinson, Caroline Keane.
Yep.
A couple more highlights from the game. Julia Rawlinson, she just went off tonight, making her shots look effortless.
That's another thing I want to add. Their defense tonight, Garden City, was basically lacking. A lot of shots left open on the perimeter, driving some Euro steps by Rawlinson, as well as Keane, as well as Ali Heller. Them with the Euro steps, just moving in, driving to the hoop. Almost like it's like there was no defense there. Garden City's coach said that one of their key things was defense too, and that was the lack tonight.
You're right, Tom. And another lacking is definitely, they did not make their wide open shots, Garden City. That was definitely in the negative for them tonight. But look at the Conference A standings now, as Mepham wins tonight in their A1 matchup. Mepham moves to first place. Garden City again slides down to second place. And that has been the BMB game of the week, featuring the Mepham Pirates and the Garden City Trojans, where Mepham beats Garden City 54-47. Huge games from Caroline Keane and Julia Rawlinson. Grace Kelly with 25 from the Garden City. And as always, we'll see you next time at the BMB game of the week. As always, I'm Rocco Lowe here with Tom Morrow, and we'll see you next time.